Hello, everybody. This is our second episode we're recording tonight, but that doesn't matter because you're listening to it on the internet. We're going to do episode 5.
It's a weird kind of digital time travel
Right.
that we're engaging in.
Yeah, I just posted the episode 4. I remember how to do it all. So that was pretty cool. So I just posted it on the YouTube channel. Thanks for my best friend Brandon for making up the picture to go with it. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, he made his second picture that we're going to use for this one, and then maybe he can make another one before the 6th one or something. I don't know. But, yeah, we just got done watching episode 5 of season 4, which was very stacked. A very good episode.
Yep.
They all are, but
yeah, I mean,
it's still very good.
I would say there was no more. It was pretty stacked.
This one had all the good characters and some action, which usually that means it's a pretty good episode.
I agree.
There is a couple episodes I don't think are very good. Not very, to Game of Thrones standards. I remember in season 2, I used to go over to my friend's house to watch it, and one day, one week we were supposed to go over, everybody got sick who lived at that house, so we didn't want to go over and catch the plague. So I didn't watch it, and I downloaded it, and I didn't watch it until Thursday or Friday. It was a long while. So
yeah, there's a couple slower episodes.
Right.
This was not one of them.
Right.
This was good.
Before we get started, my sister just reminded me of something. We didn't talk about the silly segment from episode 3 that we did, which was Pick Your Champion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good segment. My sister, she picked
Sword of Morning, right?
Yeah, the Sword of Morning to impress us with her knowledge. That was a really good pick.
She did. It was a good pick.
Yeah.
And you said her friend picked Khal Drogo.
Her friend picked Khal Drogo, which was
I
great.
think is an extremely underrated pick.
Right.
I can't believe no one picks it.
Yeah,
awesome.
right. We did say living or dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, and he's never lost a fight. He has the hair. Everything's looking good. Yeah.
That's a fair pick. I like it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I picked Bronn, but fuck that. I got to pick someone else because Bronn's good, but he's not that good.
Right. Yeah. You were talking about that. You were talking about the other day how you were kind of pissed how you picked Bronn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Right.
I like him, but I mean.
Well, here you go. Here's your second chance. Do it right now. You get to all of our listeners.
I think what I was talking to you about, Jaime Lannister with both hands.
Okay.
It's just who I pick, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Barristan the Bold.
Yeah. I'm letting you just go.
In his prime.
You talk yourself into new people every time.
I know,
you're always I
just like everybody.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I was that's why I wasn't talking too much. I'm just gonna let him talk into it.
Okay, so if we can go back in time.
I don't care.
And pick Sword of Morning, right? For instance, he's dead. Could I pick Barristan the Bold when he was in his prime? Not as an old man. If we can bring back the dead.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
I mean, it's kind of cheap. It
is kind of cheap. That's a pretty good one. And I thought maybe we could do a segment for our fans out there this time. I was thinking about it because I just looked at my computer screen. Okay, so it's your house, your Game of Thrones, your royalty, you're important. Now I need this. You don't have to pick where you're from. You don't have to be pick I want to be on High Garden or whatever. You don't have to do that.
Right.
All right. Pick 2 house colors. Pick your sigil, and pick your slogan. So
I would have to have some time.
You would have to have some time. We'll address it in the next episode. I'll give you an example historically.
Do you make up your own house name?
Just use your last name, I guess.
House Knopfsinger.
Yeah, use it. I don't give. Well, you can make up your own if you want. This is no rules. I mean, we just do whatever we want.
No holds barred, baby.
A historical example.
Yeah, guys.
Is by my family is House Corbett, obviously, and the colors are red and black, and then the saying is God feeds the ravens, and the sigil
cool.
the sigil's a raven. So I guess I had to pick one. I'd use that, but think about it. You have until the next time we post an episode, and then we'll talk about it. Just message us or whatever. Think about your sigil. Think about a couple colors, maybe a cool slogan, maybe what sigil you'd like. I don't care. Whatever you want.
For the record, "Hear me roar" is not a good slogan.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
We were talking about that. The Lannisters have really cool unofficial slogans, and then a lame official one.
The lamest one you could possibly.
What was up with that? I was thinking about that. I'm like. Because, you hear about... In the first season when I was watching, I didn't know everything that was going on. Was, you know, I was like, oh, there's this like always pays their debts.
Yeah, Lannisters pay their debts.
Yeah,
pay their debts.
Right. But no, it's hear me roar, and I'm like, that's so lame. That sounds like a '90s girl thing to say.
My slogan's like, I sit in chairs.
Ours is the chair.
I lay in bed sometimes.
Right.
But let's get to the episode.
Yeah, right, for sure, yeah.
Let's do this.
And you can lead it off. Take point.
Alright, so, we're on episode 5.
Yes.
Episode 5, it begins with the coronation of our boy Tommen.
No, it was good.
And it's great. I'm kind of bummed out Sir Pounds wasn't there.
Yeah!
I wish he would have just
He is the shittiest agent. I don't get it.
Well, I was thinking, like, shouldn't Sir Pounce, if, like we were saying, he could talk, I think he should have the voice of the butler from the Batman movies. Because I love or Herschel from Walking Dead.
Herschel would be awesome. What Batman movies, though? Are we talking like Michael Caine, the recent trilogy?
The recent trilogy.
Oh, yeah, Michael Caine. That's pretty good.
Michael Caine.
Herschel would be great because he's all southern. Like, you gotta think about your family, Rick. Tommen! You're right.
But yeah, so he's getting coronated. He's up there smiling, being really friendly. He's not smirking like Joffrey did.
Yep.
But he makes eye contact with Marjorie, and he's like, "What up, girl? Got your king right here." And she's like, "Ooh, let me bat my eyelashes." And then Cersei, of course, catches on because she's like a snake. She steps in front of Tom and stares Marjorie down, and they have a kind of heated discussion.
And then Marjorie fucks it up. And she goes, I don't know if I should call you mom or a sister or what. And then Trici's like, bitch, step off. I can't believe you just fucking said that to me.
Yeah, she ice queens immediately.
Yeah, she's like, yep.
Clams right up.
She's just like, you can step off and you can take your cocksucking brother out of here, everything. And
You'll
walks
never be my family.
Right, she was pissed.
And your brother gobbles
dick. And then we had another scene which I was really looking forward to from the books, which they didn't fuck up. They did a very good job. Was when Peter Baelish went to the Vale, and Liza was there, and she was so thirsty. She was just like, "Hey, can we get married tonight?" And he's like, "I don't know. Don't you want to like get shit ready and like have your friends over and have like a bachelorette party?" And she's like, "Nope, nope." She's like, "Let's get married tonight. Let me call some dudes. Let me pull some strings. This is gonna happen." They get married.
Yeah, I love it because he's like, all right, I'll get changed and call the High Septon, and she's just like, oh, and she opens the door and the Septon's right there.
Yep.
He's just waiting outside.
And he like straight up told her, he's like, put on something slutty. I want to see something good on you.
Let me see them titties.
Yeah, right. So then Robin's there too, and he's still a little bitch if you remember him from season 1, and just a straight bitch.
Yeah, Robin's terrible. Like, I hate him personally as a human. The actor, I hate him. Because he's just like, Peter gets him a nice glass bird, he throws it away.
Yeah, that pissed me off so bad. You know how, man, you know how hard it is to get toys in Westeros? Where, like, everybody just spends their days not dying of hunger or stuff?
My hobbies include not dying of hunger and thirst and disease.
So he throws it out the window. He's like, I want to make Tyrion fly. Fuck this shit. It's, oh my god.
Yeah.
So they have their wedding night. She's loud. It's awesome. Yeah. She's a screamer.
I'm going to scream when my husband makes love to me.
And she didn't disappoint. In the books, it was that bad. But at that point in the books, I was listening to books on tape. Just because I was like traveling a lot, like, and by traveling I meant coming home and back. And that book scene, it was like they have like a 60-year-old British guy reading the books on tape. He does the screaming. He's like, oh! he's all British style. He's like, I'm arriving. So it was great, and then Sansa's just Sansa was just laying in her bed. She's like, fuck my life for real. I wish she had Twitter. Like, they do have Ravens, so they can just send out tweets.
Hashtag, like right on parchment, like, hashtag
fuck my life.
WTF.
Yeah, right. And just send it out to the land and everything. So she has her life sucks. But then the next day, she's having candy with her aunt. Everything's going great. They're like,
they have lemon cakes?
I think they had at least honey cakes.
They were cakes and some.
I think she was like, do we have lemon cakes? And then they're like, yeah, we got lemons.
Yeah, Peter got
3 crates of lemons. Yeah. But then she was like, by the way, I'm Liza. Nothing good can ever happen from me, so I'm going to like grab your hands and fucking be crazy about you. Yeah.
she's a great. She plays Liza perfectly. I feel like.
And she's like, "You probably fucked Peter. Are you pregnant?" And she's like, "No, I'm not pregnant at all. And we didn't even touch. Tyrion didn't do anything to me. I'm still a virgin."
And I'm really dumb. Also.
Yeah. Right.
She's like,
she's like, okay. After like the most awkward 15 minutes in history, I believe you. And they stop. She's like, "All right, just come here. I'll hug you."
She's like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I just like freaked way the fuck out.
Your aunt gets a little weird sometimes, but that's okay."
So they hug it out, and I guess everything's cool in the Vale for like the next 5 or 6 minutes, and then I think the next scene was it Oberyn? Yeah,
I think so.
We'll cover all the scenes, I think, but
the Vale scene was pretty long.
Yeah, the Vale scene let off for a while. And we also noticed that like it has the worst guards of all time. There's nothing stopping you from just walking around them because they're all in these high towers, like way the high up there.
I guess I'm just confused by how they portray the Bloody Gate because all the guards, it's like a ravine, and all the guards are on top of the ravine, and they're like, any army coming has to walk through. But I mean, the gate is only in the ravine. You could just walk around the gate up top.
Right.
But maybe I'm just stupid and I don't understand. Maybe the road only goes behind
Mary
the
will
gate.
tell us. Mary tells us.
There's no way Mary could know. It doesn't explain. I just read the books again.
I bet she knows. I bet she fucking knows. I just got a text from her saying that our last episode 4 podcast we just posted, she thought it was hilarious.
Good.
So we didn't lose our touch over like 3 months, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it'll be
got charisma, Jack Osborne.
I think she'll really like the being here talking. I'm just afraid I hope she's not too shy, because it's not, like, real. We're not talking to anybody. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we posted
I don't even think anyone listens to this.
I don't think so. No,
in case somebody does. Hi.
we just hit refresh on the YouTube page a whole bunch. That's how we get the page views. Every once in a while, somebody will come up and be like, "Oh, man, your podcast is so funny." Yeah. I'm like, how dare you talk to me? Don't you know who I am? It's like, Weston's my stage name.
Well, hey, if your sister can figure out how that works, though, that'd be good. Because what I kind of figured, it was just a mountain. The gate was in it, and it was like a pass through a mountain.
Yeah.
This is just like
they changed if you go from season 1 to season 4 and look at the establishing shot of the Vale, it's a lot different. They changed it a lot. Oh. So I think they made it a lot more like the books.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so...
Cool.
But maybe I'll look back. I think I saw a picture online. You don't have to go watch an episode again. You can just look up the picture. But I think they did change it up a little bit.
I'm going to watch it anyways.
You can do it.
I'm going to do it anyways.
24's, or besides 24, Game of Thrones is like the only show I buy the DVDs of.
24?
I love 24.
It's torture porn. That's all it is.
It's fucking good. I don't care.
It's a terrible show.
Fuck you. It's so good. You don't even know. When that show's on... It's so suspenseful and good. You don't even know.
Bad.
Whatever. It's not bad.
It sends the worst message.
It's against torture. It doesn't. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, the first couple seasons.
Well, the last couple seasons addressed it. God.
I haven't watched any of the new episodes.
Yeah, I bet you haven't, because it doesn't sound like you have.
Because Kiefer Sutherland's washed up as fuck.
Whatever.
All right, this is a Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, okay. Anywho, but no, I do buy the DVDs. If you're on the fence about buying the DVDs, they're worth it. They have a lot of good extras. So we're trying to get sponsored by like the people who sell the DVDs, which I'm assuming is HBO.
And Culver's.
And Culver's. So yeah, buy the DVDs, eat at Culver's, you'd be good.
I still don't feel so good. I'm like sweating. It's kind of hot in here. But
yeah, we had to turn off the air conditioning. It's pretty hot, but
it's also digestion though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about the Oberyn scene. You want to talk about Oberyn or Arya first?
Arya's quicker. Let's do Arya.
Yeah, let's Arya. So Arya was chilling out with the Hound. And she does her thing before she goes to bed every night and talks out loud and says all the names. And she, like, acts like the Hound can't hear her because, like, he gets pissed and he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I can do it. And then she's like, I have to say everybody whose names do I want to die. And her name gets longer and longer. Like, she has these lists of, like, people on her shit list like a high school girl would have.
Yeah.
That, like, wronged her one time. She's like, ill in pain and fucking... And then she's like, I got one more. And he's like, okay, fucking do it. I don't care. I'm the Hound. She's like, the Hound.
Yeah, and I love how it's shot, too. Like, she lies down, and she's, like, looking off into the distance, and she's like, the Hound.
Yeah.
And he just, like, kind of turns his head. He's like, all right.
He's like, I can see where you're coming from, but you can't touch me. You can't even hurt me.
Which he proves, like, the next morning.
Because the next morning, she gets up and does her Steel Pharrell dancing, and she's like, He's like the greatest swordsman of all time. Like, don't you know that? You're supposed to be the Hound. And
I love
everything.
that. The Hound's like, she got killed by Marin fucking Trant.
Yeah, right? She's like, well, he didn't have a sword or armor, and he's like, well, then that matters. He fucking sucks at sword
The best swordsman didn't have a sword.
Yeah. And then he's like, come on, I don't have a sword. Fucking fight me. And she goes up and she does this little dance bullshit move, and goes to try to stab him in the stomach, but she can't pull it off. It like doesn't hit him at all because he has armor on, obviously. And he just backstands her like a bitch, takes her sword,
puts her down.
Yeah, puts her sword up to her face and is like, you know what? Hey, I didn't have a sword and I just beat the shit out of you, so I'm probably better than that guy you idolize.
Right.
Fuck your feelings.
He's like, wear armor, you dummy.
Right. And she's like, in the books you're like 10 and I just beat the shit out of you, so take that. But then we go to Oberyn and he does exactly what we would think he does, write poetry, because like there's no way he can't do anything like super cool or artistic or, you know, to get bitches.
He's just like the coolest person in the world. He's a man's man who's also a woman, sort of.
Right.
He's perfectly androgynous.
Right.
He writes poetry and like fucks dudes, but then he also fucks really hot girls, has mad kids, and can fight.
Right.
So
Cersei's like, how many daughters do you have? And he's like, fucking 8. He doesn't have any sons, by the way. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, all the sand snakes.
All the sand snakes are girls. And then she's like,
he has a bunch of daughters who could like kill you.
Right. And then she's like, how many daughters do you have? He's like, 8. And she's like, damn, you ever heard of a condom, bitch?
No, no one had.
Yeah, right.
They use like sheepskin and like staples, homemade staples.
Right. They have like Maester Pycelle make a fucking homemade condom and shit for him. With incense and
He's
magic.
like, I've used this myself many times on those middle school girls. Because, you know, Pycelle's just a big creep.
They do have that birth control drink.
Moon tea. Moon tea, yeah.
That's supposed to not, that's supposed to pretty much...
It's like an abortion in a cup.
Abortion. Yeah. They have a lot of, like, they prescribe that. Like, you go up to Walgreens...
No, drink this moon tea.
It was a moon tea.
Brewed by the light of the moon by the witches of Illyria. Kill your baby real quick. Real quick, baby, kill.
So, they go out there, and then they're like, hey, so I saw you writing poetry. I see you're fucking a man of the world. Like, how's your daughters and shit? He's like, oh, I don't see them that much, like, since I've been here forever for this wedding that I'm still here for, but they never really explained why I haven't left yet. But he goes,
wait, isn't he... Never mind. No.
Yeah, we can't say that. You can't say that yet. That hasn't happened
No,
yet.
I know, not that.
Oh, okay.
I say, wasn't he supposed to take a seat on the small council?
Mary will tell us.
I just read it. I don't know.
Wow, you fucking suck at
God
this.
damn it.
Yeah. But anyway, she's there, she's like, how's your daughters? And he's like, oh, the middle one, Ilaria, who I named after my...
When he's writing a poem for her.
Yeah, he's right, yeah. He's like, yeah, I named her after my sister. And he's like, it sucks. Because, like, I love her, but she's dead.
Yeah, like, that is fuck.
And then Cersei's like, guess what? Like, I love my son, and now he's dead. Doesn't that kind of suck? And she's like, basically the conversation was, ain't life a bitch? And then she's like, hey, how's my daughter doing? And Oberyn's like, oh, she's great. She's hanging out with my daughters. They, like, swim every day in the sun. She, like, boats. Like, and then Cersei's like, I missed her birthday because I'm, like, the worst mother ever, and I can't send a card with, like, 20 gold coins in it or whatever they give for their
birthday. So here's a boat.
And she's like, how about you give her that boat? And Oberyn's like, that's legit. He's like, can I fuck some bitches on it on the way to Dorne?
I don't think he didn't say that. He was just going to send it down there. He wasn't even going to be on it.
Right. But I kind of think he'd be on it, like as a like a Bud Light party boat. Hey, ho. Like really douchey, but like it's cooler.
When Cersei was talking to Oberyn, she was kind of saying, like, isn't it bullshit how we have so much power, but the people we're closest to die anyways.
Right.
It's like, there's nothing we can do about it. It sucks. Sucks.
And he was like, yeah, I feel you. I feel you, girl.
He's like, man, are we bonding right now?
Yeah.
Are we fucking bonding?
Right.
She's like, I think we are.
Yeah, right.
Threesome?
Because Cersei had a scene earlier in the show with Tywin. He's like, hey, you're gonna marry you're gonna marry Loras, right? And she's like,
that happened in this episode?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really tired. I'm spaced.
That's alright. Well, and then she goes, he's like, hey, you're gonna marry Loras, aren't you? And she's like, yeah, when it's fucking convenient for everybody else, I guess. And he goes, how about he's like, a fortnight would be good. And she's like, all right, whatever. And then he's like, well, then Jamie is gonna like, not Jamie, Tommen's gonna marry Marjorie.
Yep.
Pretty soon. You know, as you could tell, they were eye-fucking each other during his coronation. It's like, they have to make that shit official so, like, the kids aren't bastards and stuff.
I don't trust her, Tommen.
Right?
Who's supposed to quit being so silly?
Right?
She's a beautiful woman and she's so kind.
Right? He's like, let me lick my butthole for a second. Sir Pounce needs a better agent.
Sir Pounce is like, I do my best thinking in the shower and starts licking his ass. I have a great idea.
He needs that Dario agent. What happened with Dany this episode? She is.
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was.
They were.
We gotta cover all of our bases. We know what the last scene is because it was
ships.
Boss.
Yeah, we can talk about that's last. Mm-hmm. But Dario captured a bunch of ships for her.
Yeah.
She was like, "Did I tell you to capture ships?" And he's like, "No." She's like, "So why'd you do it?" And he's like, "I heard you like ships."
Yeah, right. He's so boss.
He's just like eating fruit.
And then
eating fruit and talking
you can
shit.
tell Jorah like hates him so much right now because like he's showing him up at every step of the way.
Right.
Because what does Jorah ever gave her? Like some old books or some? No, he didn't give her old book. What did he give her at her wedding? Was it books?
I think it was books.
Yeah, everybody gives each other old book. He's like, hey, here's some old books and shit. And then Khal Drogo gave her a brand new white fucking horse, and she goes, oh.
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey.
Jorah's just like, oh.
Hey, he's like, yeah, Jorah's like,
but
hey.
I mean, that was when he was still spying on her, so I don't think he was quite that infatuated at that point.
Right, yeah.
But
yeah. No, he's all into her now. It's like crazy big. That's like his favorite. He wishes that was his paramour, you know.
So that's basically what happened with her, and then she decided not to sail to Westeros on those ships and save Marine.
Yeah.
Which is a bullshit decision. She should have just
She's
gone.
not a good queen of the two things she should be queen of.
Yeah, she's really...
Yeah.
I guess I admire her spirit, but
yeah,
she's so stupid.
She does a lot of stupid girl things.
She's like, I'm Jack Ironbone.
Misa.
Misa.
But she had a short scene, right?
Yeah, it was short.
We're trying to cover up all of our bases because we're both tired and full of covers right now. We're not at 100%.
Yeah,
I was here doing homework all day. It was awful.
I was at work all day. Yeah, but yeah, there wasn't much. Yeah, really. Dario being good looking, Dany being good looking, sexual tension crackling in the air.
Oh my god!
You know they're gonna bang,
You're right.
and I'm just gonna call this out. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I have a feeling in the next few episodes, Dario's gonna make Ser Jorah smell his fingers.
Yeah. Nice.
It could have happened, so I'm saying.
Right. So, okay, I think we covered everybody, Oberyn, everything.
Yeah, we have.
I'm trying to think real quick. We have to think sometimes, because we didn't take notes, because, like, we were, like, basically hardly here, because we were so full of cheese right now.
I think we got it, though. I think we pretty much...
If we missed anything, you could just tell us that we'll cover it in the next episode. Mary, so... Mary's going to be joining us in a little bit, like we said. So that's like a big... I'm plugging it so much because it's like a big deal, because, like, our third person, who's basically, like, the third person in the podcast, is finally going to join us.
It's like when, like, Jon Stewart gets President Obama or something.
Right, yeah, it's a big deal.
It's... Tune in for those.
Right. Alright, let's do the final scene. So the final scene was with the mutineers in Craster's Keep. And you know from the last episode that Hodor, Bran, Jojen, and Mira are all there, captured as shit. They're fucked. It's not good.
Captured as shit.
Mira's getting her ass. Everybody else is fine, but they're beating the shit out of Mira, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna rape you," and I'm like, "Did you just beat the shit out of her?" It's like.
Rape Jojen.
Yeah, right?
No one likes
She's like,
Jojen.
Right. Oh, I saw an interesting thing on Facebook. How old do you think the mountain is in real life?
The mountain. This current mountain?
Yeah, the actor.
30?
25.
25?
How old do you think Jojen is?
19.
24. They're only 1 year different in age. Isn't that fucked up?
I can't believe he's only 25.
Right.
Almost 25.
I'm 26.
That's insane.
Well, you have to remember, though, he's probably, like, on steroids and shit. He probably ages a little quicker.
Damn, he's just a big dude, though.
He could fuck you up. For real.
He's like 6, like 8?
He's like, I thought it was like 6'10".
He's tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
But he's also really big.
He also weighs like 419 pounds or something.
Of pure muscle.
None of it is fat. That dude is built like a fucking shit brick house.
And Jojen's like
he's so little, yeah. He's like basically a woman. If he had long hair, you could get fooled. But all right, so they're all chilling there. It's not good. The mutineers are getting crazy. They're gonna start killing and raping more people.
Yeah.
And killing more people.
Raping more important people.
So
I mean that in the least disgusting way possible.
Guess what? The crows are there. They come out.
Bump.
They come up. And there's a lot of people.
Remember the new guy, the goat?
Yeah.
Known as Locke in this iteration of it.
Yeah.
He scouted the area first and he found the tent.
Yep.
Where Bran and his crew are being held captive. And he's got a scheme of some sort hatching because he tells them to avoid that tent. The other crows. Says there are dogs in it. So you know he's not what he seems to be. Bam, bam, foreshadowing.
So, okay. A lot of people complain that there's not enough action in Game of Thrones. Not this episode. There's action.
Bam.
So the crows storm in, give zero fucks. Just charge in.
Yeah, they're murdering.
Yeah, they're just killing
And Gren is awesome.
You see
Gren...
Yeah, he's awesome.
A few people.
Yeah.
And he's just like douche. He just overpowers him so awesome.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
It's just fun to watch.
It looks like Jon Snow teaching people how to use a sword was a good idea. Leadership. Because it's like paying off now. Well, the mutineers are so drunk and like rapey that they can't handle.
Yeah,
they can't. They're not.
They're in like post-rape stupors.
Right.
And yeah, that's what they get for raping.
Right, and then
assholes.
Or you take where you explain it. You were explaining it pretty good during the show. So go ahead with the fight scene and everything that happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we should say what happens to Locke because
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Locke, the guy who's also the goat, blah 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 blah. He goes into the tent when everyone else is busy fighting. He finds out Bran's name. Or he finds out who Bran is because he cuts him on the leg and he doesn't feel it, so he knows it. So he gets Bran and he slings him over his shoulder and he's gonna take him away to do it. No one really knows what with. It never explains that.
I was thinking he was gonna ransom him.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty obvious. I think, but it never says to who or what.
Probably the Bolton, because if there's an heir to Winterfell still alive.
Bam,
they think
bam.
they're all the.
Bam,
also,
bam.
Where's Rickon right now?
I don't know. Rickon is he's just not in this at all. Oh, he's with Osha.
Yeah, they haven't showed them all season.
But they haven't showed them. They don't show them at all in the books after a while either, though.
Yeah, but I think George Martin loved Osha so much that he's gonna rewrite shit for her.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Anywho, go back. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so he's got Bran. He's carrying him. Bran does his super eye roll maneuver and he goes into Hodor. Hodor goes into Hulk mode, busts out of his chains, catches Locke in the woods, takes him by the head and the shoulder, and just snaps his head to the side, and his collarbone shoots up out of the side of his neck, just brutally. And then Bran leaves Hodor, and Hodor's just standing there with blood on his hands, oh no, what I do? Except he doesn't say that because all he can say is Hodor. So yeah, then they're free, and Bran almost calls out to Jon, but Jojen does what Jojen does best and just ruins the party. He's like, no, you can't do that. We actually got to keep going.
Yeah.
So they do. So they peace out. And the fight is winding down by this point. Bran,
Jon Snow.
Jonathan, Jon Snow confronts
Mary's favorite character. She hates Davos.
Every girl
loves Kit Harington.
Kit Harington. You see his hair, dude. He's just
and then in Pompeii he got built. He got sculpted. He put on muscle.
Jesus.
He has the audacity to do that. Now we have no chance. No girl ever gonna want to sleep with us.
It's not fair.
We're so fucked.
It's not fair.
He has time and energy. We just go eat at Culver's and talk about podcasts and stuff, getting fat. And he just works out and gets sculpted.
This is the height of my ambition. But okay, so this is actually one of my favorite fight scenes in Game of Thrones.
Doesn't happen in the book.
Yeah, it doesn't. This character doesn't even exist in the book.
Yep.
but he's like a knife fighter, and he's scrappy as fuck. And the way he fights with knives is just cool. You really have to see it to appreciate how dope he is with these knives. He's like slashing with them, and he's kind of kicking Jon Snow's ass.
Yeah, he was
pretty bad, and he has him on the ground, and he's about to finish the job, and one of the the rapees stabs him in the back, and he turns around, he's starting to menace her, and
Jon Snow comes up.
What happens, Wes?
Jon Snow comes up, has zero regard for human life. Pulls like a WWE move and stabs him through the back of the head, through his mouth.
It's like fatality.
Yeah, he's on like just stuffing in it. The sword's like halfway out of his mouth.
Bloody tongue maneuver.
Yeah. So like, and then he pulls the sword out, and it's like, I don't know who does their special effects, but he should win an award. He pulls the sword out of his mouth, and you can like hear it go through the brain and guts and shit.
The noise was really gnarly.
I don't know what they did. They probably stuck it in a pig and pulled it out. I don't know.
They probably really stabbed someone.
Right.
They probably drew straws. It's like, all right, who's getting stabbed in the back of the head?
Yeah. But they pulled the sword out and everything. Battle's over. He's dead. Great battle scene, everything. Afterwards, with Craster's wives, he's like, hey, you can come live with us. It's not that bad. You'll have to like cook and clean, but it's not that bad.
We're not gonna rape you.
Yeah, but there's Craster's there's a Mance Rayder coming, and it's gonna be way shittier. You should probably just chill out with us. And they were like, okay. And then they were like, well, what do you want to do with the keep? And they're like, burn this motherfucker to the ground.
Whoop, whoop.
They're like, burn the shit out of it.
And that's the end, isn't it?
No, the other guy dies. I forgot his name. With the beard. He's like the sidekick. Mary will tell us. It starts with an R. He's the other mutineer.
Oh, Rast.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
Yeah, Rast gets killed by Ghost, and it's sweet.
It is sweet. Anytime you get a direwolf kill, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he's bugging out. He's running away because he sees that they're just fucked. And he runs by Ghost Cage, and boom, boom, boom. There's no wolf in the cage. And yeah, he just gets murked.
Yeah,
you know, we totally forgot about
what?
Pod.
Oh, yes.
That's the case we forgot.
Okay, we forgot about one scene.
The bunny part, too.
The bunny part.
That we specifically said.
Yeah, we were like, we gotta talk about this, because I saw, he tried to cook a rabbit, but he didn't skin it or anything, so the hair lit on fire, and like, he had to put the fire out, and there was this really good meme online. If you ever are bored, look up Game of Thrones memes, if you want, like, to have 800 hours of fun, because they're always good. Like, Mary doesn't have a Facebook, so I'll just email her ones we find, like, back and forth, so funny. And there's one I saw of Pod. It showed Pod burning the hair of the rabbit because he was skinning, and it showed a facepalm picture of Gordon Ramsay just looking at it like that.
Dude, I love it so much because the scene, like, it's just a close up on the rabbit's face on the spit. It's on fire.
Yeah, right. He just lit it right on fire.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that was so funny. And she was like, "Hey, are you like really a squire, or are you just like Tyrion's wine guy?" And he's like, "Actually, I killed a Kingsguard guy."
Yeah. In
the back of the head. And she's like, "Oh, respect. You can take off some of my armor now."
He's like, "Mostly I poured wine."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Did you do anything combat related?" He's like, "I killed a man once. I stabbed him in the back of the head with a spear."
Yeah. That was great from season 2.
And then she was like, "Well, I guess you can come undress me."
Yeah.
Podrick. No, she didn't.
Poor Brienne is never... She's never gonna find love, is she?
No, I mean Jamie. But his jawline's too great.
Yeah, he won't have it. Jamie will only fuck Cersei, but Cersei will only fuck everybody. So I mean, poor Jamie.
Kind of a shitty situation for Jamie, but he's got that jaw. He can fuck anybody.
He doesn't want to though.
That jaw though.
Yeah, he's like the opposite of Oberyn. He's a one woman guy.
He is the opposite of Oberyn.
Yeah. Oberyn's like a one woman at one time, but not even that.
Maybe Oberyn would be my champion if he would.
Are you gonna just keep picking new champions every time we talk about it?
Every time I think of a good fighter.
Yeah, right. You said the Hound at one point. That was a pretty good choice.
I didn't say the Hound.
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
Probably did.
I did not say the Hound.
I bet you did.
Might have said the Hound. I don't think I said the Hound.
Why wouldn't you say the Hound? He's pretty tough.
I think he wouldn't beat like Barristan though. He wouldn't beat Barristan. He wouldn't beat any of the other champions we've mentioned. He wouldn't beat Khal Drogo. He's good. It's like Bronn. Like, he's good, but he's not that good.
All right. I mean, the Hound kills, like...
He does win the tournament that one time.
Yeah,
like, he does some badass shit.
Yeah. think you're downplaying how good of a fighter he is.
I think you're upplaying how good of a
No,
fighter he is.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think you are.
Did you watch the Battle of Blackwater Bay episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, he cut a guy in half.
It's pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can do that.
That's not true.
The Mountain could do that.
Okay. I think you could
Brienne could probably do that.
No, let's not go saying things we can't take back.
Dude, yeah, I mean...
She did get the Valyrian steel sword from Jaime this episode, real quick.
You know what happens?
Yeah. Fuck you, dude. I know what happens. Shut up. We can't. We have to keep up the ruse that we don't know what's going on. Dude, fuck you. She gets a Valyrian steel sword. I don't give a single fuck about it.
Oh, that is true. I didn't take that into account.
Yeah, you didn't take that shit into account.
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She gets Oathkeeper in this episode, which we didn't mention. Brienne
I just did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Not in that mumbling tirade?
Mm-mm. I talked about it. I was there.
Loses my mind.
One of these days we're gonna do these podcasts like in the morning when we're not tired or anything. Maybe we should eat Culver's afterwards.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
like Culver's could be a reward for a job well
yeah,
done.
God, because it kills you because it's so much cheese, but we still love it.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Culver's, treat yourself.
Nice.
Oh,
it's like you've been watching Mad Men or something.
Plug in.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of other TV shows. Me and Adam were talking about this when I got my new laptop back. This is Weston On Westeros, so we do Game of Thrones exclusively, and we're going to do all the episodes ever and everything like that. We might do other TV shows too at some point, because if we only do Game of Thrones, we only have like 10 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
So we watch a lot of other good shows, like Walking Dead's a big one for us. We probably won't, I don't know if we'll do that so much because the internet covers it so well.
Yeah, but
it
has good alliteration with your name. It could be like Weston Walks with the Dead.
That's true. Well, yeah, that is a good idea. And we could just upload it to my YouTube channel and just change the name and like some, get some more photoshops and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, we could just make like all we do is talk about television shows on my YouTube page. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Get like 20 views a time. I don't know.
Hey man, 20 views a time adds up. We'd be at 100 views in no time.
Right. That would be sweet. Yeah, so I think we were thinking about that. If you have any ideas for shows we should watch, you should definitely let us know. We're not going to watch Doctor Who. Don't ask me ever again.
I don't want to watch.
I don't want to watch the show. Everybody, the most recommended shows to me were Breaking Bad and Doctor Who, and I watched all of Breaking Bad. I finished it.
Breaking Bad's great.
Breaking Bad's really good.
I didn't finish it. I'm not even on it, but
you should watch it. You know how it ends?
No.
Okay, I won't say anything. But that's pretty good. It's all on Netflix now, so you can watch it and catch up. But yeah, if you have a show you want to suggest, it doesn't have to alliterate with my name after Game of Thrones. Since we're at the halfway point of our Game of Thrones podcast, this is episode 5.
We got 2 views, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just posted episode 4. I remembered how, which was pretty cool. And then I sent it out to a few people and everything. But we'll post this tonight, and I'll probably start sharing it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So you get 2 episodes a week, but it comes out to an hour-ish, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We're giving you pretty good free content.
You're coming out on top.
Mm-hmm.
If you're smart enough to listen to us.
Right.
And if you're not, fuck you.
Yeah,
man.
We're just
we're super smart.
We put out really mediocre content every week.
Mediocre content for mediocre people like you.
It was just great to have a laptop back. So it was a really good episode. It ended really well with the action and everything.
Yeah.
Jon Snow becomes a real badass this season.
He's evolving into badassery, that's for sure.
Right, and it's even cooler when you think about in the show in the books he's 14 when this is all happening.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like he hit a very early and fortunate puberty.
Yeah, right.
I wish my puberty was that smooth. I had a shit stash, a bad haircut, braces, frog voice.
It was bad, yeah. Growing up,
Jon Snow developed very good brooding habits and muscle tone.
He just broods. Sometimes he just stands over to the side and everybody's like, hey, we should go talk to that guy.
Well, I was reading an interview and that's one of the reasons they casted him is because he can have a lot of gravity in his face. Mm-hmm. And project an aura of gravity and then not say anything, which I can't do. I can't imagine even being just
right.
You can't see me, but I'm trying to brood.
I think most of the acting on the show for the most part is pretty good.
Yeah,
and some of it's kind of I don't think Emilia Clarke's that great of an actress. I mean, she's really nice to look at, but
she's good.
Sometimes she says lines and it's just so unbelievable.
Yeah.
And where she's just raising her voice and just because you're talking louder doesn't mean you're more of a queen. I don't believe you.
Hello.
most of the, like, Marjorie, all the Tyrells are pretty good, even Mace. It's like, no, Mace.
Get out of here, Mace. Not now, Mace.
The Tywin's, exceptional.
Tywin's awesome.
Peter Dinklage is obviously the best actor on the show.
Dinklage,
yeah,
fantastic.
he's the best. Yeah,
He's fantastic.
Jamie,
Lana, Hetty, or whatever.
Lena
Headey. I mixed it up.
Yeah, I gotta watch the new 300, by the way.
Yeah, I wish I had that tonight.
I don't know if I watch it tonight. I got like Hell's Kitchen and stuff to watch.
But yeah, she's great. Pretty much everyone's great.
There's just a few people that I don't like. And yeah, I guess Emilia Clarke's number one on that list. I don't know. I think she's so hot though. I don't get it.
I think she does pretty well.
She does. She doesn't. Nobody on the show takes away from the show. Some people just don't add to the show.
Yeah, as far as acting chops, I don't think she compares to a lot of people. I can agree.
Remember her previous thing she did to this was Triassic Attack.
Yeah,
a sci-fi original movie.
Which is we
saw that. Me and my brother were up at like 3 a.m. one time. I think with our friend Dylan. I think he was here, pretty sure. He might listen to this podcast. If he's at this point, he'll be pretty psyched. We were watching it, and it was just so stupid. It was these bones that came back to life because of, like, Native American ghosts.
I love that shit.
I love sci-fi original movies, but, like, why was she in this? But she was a brunette in it, and she had pigtails, so it was like, I was on board. I was like, oh, yeah.
That's like a fantasy just come to life. She's like,
right. Every once in a while, producers of TV shows do me favors like that, and I just thank them.
My friend, actually, her uncle or someone in her family is a director out in Hollywood or like on the West Coast who works on those crummy sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
And he said to her, like, anytime you want to come out and be in a movie, we'll give you like a minor speaking role. like the guy in have you ever seen like Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus?
Yep.
When he's on the plane and the shark's jumping out of the water. I forgot. I think he's like, oh, holy shit! The shark eats the plane. He's like, oh, holy shit! It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, the sci-fi original movies, we can review those. That could be a fun podcast.
That'd be really...
I would be down with that.
I like that. I wish our listeners could hear the meaningful point I just shot here. Yeah. Can you hear this?
Any other ideas you guys have? Because we can't do Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is number one in our life. In our podcast, everything.
Period.
But there's only 10 episodes. We can only do so much a year, so... But, yeah, I think this is a good... We're a little longer than the last one. This will be like 43 minutes about, so...
That's cool, man.
Yeah. This episode has to have a little more into it. Plus, we got off a little bit on the track.
That always
I think when we're tired, we just start talking about things, but...
Yeah.
All right,
I'm thinking in my head, like, we gotta wrap this up.
Right.
It's like, let me talk about something else.
Right. All right, well... I think this is a pretty good episode. I think we had a good return these last 2 episodes. I'll post this one, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you silly segment, whatever. Name your sigil, colors, saying.
I gotta remember that. You gotta remember that.
I'll text you that. Yeah.
Work.
So do that.
Thought.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so think of that. Do that. Listen to these 2 episodes. We should have, I think, 2 more up next week. After that, it might get a little sketchy just because of like work and the holidays get a little busy, but not a big deal. But, yeah, so I think that's it for this week. So for episode 5 of Weston on Westeros, I'm Weston.
I'm Jack Osborne.
All right, see you guys next time.
Later.